Hello, fourth grade, and welcome to lesson 13-6. In this lesson, we're going to focus on questions that involve perimeter and area problems. Now remember, perimeter is the distance around a shape. So you would be adding up all of the sides. And area is going to be the amount of space that's inside the shape. To find the area, remember, we multiply the length times the width. Let's go ahead and review with our short video lesson, and then we will get started with our notes and our guided practice together.
How can you use perimeter and area to solve problems? The state park shown has a perimeter of 36 miles. What is the area of the state park? Use formulas or equations that use symbols to relate two or more quantities to solve this problem. The formula for perimeter is perimeter equals the quantity 2 times length plus the quantity 2 times width. The formula for area is area equals length times width. Step 1. Find the length of the state park. Use the perimeter 36 miles and the width 7 miles to find the length. Opposite sides of a rectangle are the same length, so multiply the width 7 by 2. Subtract 14 from the perimeter. 22 miles is the length of two sides of the park. Divide 22 by 2 to find the length of one side. The length of the park is 11 miles. Step 2. The width of the state park is 7 miles. The length is 11 miles. What is the area of the state park?
Select your answer.
Area equals length times width. 11 times 7 equals 77. The area of the state park is 77 square miles.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our notes and our guided practice. Now our notes, again, our title is Solve Perimeter and Area Problems. How can you use perimeter and area to solve problems? So we can use formulas or equations that use symbols to relate two or more quantities to solve a problem. Now remember, the perimeter is the distance around an area. So a distance around a shape, that's the perimeter. So if you were walking all the way around a shape, how much walking did you do? Now the formula to find a shape's perimeter is the sum of two of its lengths and two of its widths. Because remember, when we're working with a rectangle, the two long sides are the same length and the two short sides are the same length. So the perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. The area is the amount of space that's inside of a particular shape. Now, in order to find the area, we do the length times the width. And here you can think of it like an array when we were doing the number of rows times how many are in each row. That's the same way we find the area. Let's take a look at our first example. It says a can of paint is used to cover all 168 square feet of a wall. Now remember, whenever we're working with area, we're using square units. So here we know that we're talking about the area of this wall. The wall is 8 feet high. What is the width? What is the perimeter? So I know that area is equal to length times width. So 168 square feet is equal to 8 times something, the width. Now I could do the inverse and say 168 divided by 8. That'll give me the width. 168 divided by 8 gave me a width of 21 feet. So the width of the wall is 21 feet. Now I can use that information to find the perimeter. Remember, the perimeter is going to be the distance all the way around the shape. So 2 times the length, so 2 times the 21, or sorry, 2 times the 8 is the length, plus 2 times the width, which is 2 times the 21. So 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 21 is 42, 16 plus 42 is equal to 58. So the perimeter of the shape is 58 feet. So we did 8 plus 8 plus 21 plus 21. Our next example says a rectangle has a length of 9 millimeters and an area of 270 square millimeters. What is the width and what is the perimeter? So we know the length is 9 and the area is 270. Now I know in order to find area, I need to do length times width. So 270 is my area, is equal to 9 times the width. So I could do 270 divided by 9 to find the width, and I could use my basic fact. 27 divided by 9 is 3, so 270 divided by 9 is 30. My width here is 30 millimeters. Now that I have the length and the width, I can use that information to find the perimeter. So remember, the perimeter is the distance all the way around the shape. So we're going to do the 9 plus the 30 plus the 9 plus the 30, or we could do the 2 times the 9 plus the 2 times the 30, which will give us 18 plus 60, which equals 96 millimeters is the perimeter around this shape. For our next example, we're going to find our variable n. Now, they told us that the perimeter here is 65 inches. I know one of my sides is 11 2/4 inches and the other side is n. So P, my perimeter, is going to be 2 of my lengths plus 2 of my widths. So I know the perimeter is 65. 65 is equal to 2 times 11 2/4 plus 2 times n. So now I'm going to subtract 2 times 11 2/4 is 23. I'm going to subtract the 23 from the perimeter so I can figure out my unknown part. So 2 times n is going to be equal to 65 minus that 23. So 2n is going to be 42. That's the length of both of my long sides. If I want to find out the length of one of my long sides, I'm going to divide that 42 by 2. 42 divided by 2 is equal to 21. So n is equal to 21 inches. So that means this is 21, this is 11 2/4, this is 21, this is 11 2/4. Now I can go back and check my answer by plugging my numbers back into this formula to see if they work. 2 times 21 plus 2 times 11 2/4. 2 times 21 is 42. 2 times 11 2/4 is 23. 42 plus 23 did equal my perimeter of 65, so I know my answer is correct. Now to take a look at our guided practice. Our first question says a sandbox is shaped like a rectangle. The area is 16 feet, 16 square feet. The side lengths are whole numbers. What are possible dimensions of the sandbox? Do all possible dimensions make sense? So if I know I have an area of 16, I need to find the factors of 16, right? I need to figure out what numbers can I multiply by each other to make 16. I know I can use 16 and 1, I can use 8 and 2, or I can use 4 and 4. So not all of these make sense. If you've got a sandbox for little kids to play in, the 16 times 1 is going to be a very long, very skinny sandbox. The 8 times 2 would also be pretty skinny. So not all the dimensions that can make 16 make sense. For number 2, it says write and solve an equation to find the width of a room if the length is 8 feet and the area is 96 feet. So we know the area formula is area equals length times width. So here we have 96 as the area equals 8 times the width. Now to find the width, I'm going to do the 96 divided by 8, which equaled 12 feet. So the width of that room is 12 feet. Taking a look at number 3, we're going to solve for n. Here they told us the perimeter is equal to 46. So 46 is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So 2 times 8 plus 2 times n. So the perimeter is equal to 16 plus 2n. We know the perimeter is 46. So 46 is equal to 16 plus 2n. I'm going to subtract off the 46 from my total. That's the part that I know, so that I can find the part that I don't know. So 2n is going to equal 46 minus 16, which is 30. And then 30 divided by 2 is going to be 15. So n is equal to 15. For number 4, they asked us to find the area and to find the length of n. So they told us the perimeter is equal to 26 centimeters. That means all the way around, when you add all 4 sides, they equal 26. So the perimeter is 26. 26 is equal to 2 times the 9 centimeters that we know, plus 2 times n. So 26 is equal to 18 plus 2n. I'm going to subtract off the 18 from my holes to figure out the part that I don't know. So 2n is going to equal 8. So that's what 2 of these sides are equal to. I'm going to divide that by 2, and I find out that n equals 4. Now that I know that n equals 4, I could find the area. The area is equal to the length times the width. So the area is going to be 9 times 4, or 36 square centimeters. Now for number 5, they only gave you one measurement. And based on that one measurement and the shape that you're looking at, you know that the area that you're working with, or the shape that you're working with, is a square. Now, since it's a square, that means the length and the width are all going to be the same measurement, because on a square, all 4 sides are the same. So here, you could do the perimeter is equal to 2 times 5.5 plus 2 times 5.5, or you could do the perimeter. In this case, the perimeter of a square is equal to 4 times the length of whatever side it is. So 2 times 5.5 over here is 11 plus another 11. So the perimeter of our shape here is going to be 22 yards. That's the distance all the way around. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 2 sides make a hole that's 21, and the other 2 sides make another hole that makes 22. And that takes us to the very end of this lesson. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.